This is Sophie Heller, and this is an ACT English Modifiers question. With a question like this, it'll make most sense first to read the sentence, and then look at the answer choices to see what makes the sentence make most sense. So we have the Vietnamese people were glad to be here, that they would work at any job. So it's a sentence that's expressing how glad the Vietnamese people were to have escaped the war, that they would be very glad to work at any job. This sentence, the sense of it, we can easily get the sense, but grammatically it doesn't make that much sense. So it's saying they were glad to be here, that they would work at any job. You need something to modify this glad. You need something like they were so glad to be here, that they would work at any job. It's awkward and it doesn't make sense to say they were glad to be here, that they would work at any job. So since we need a modifier, we need an adverb to modify this glad, this adjective. So we need something in the middle here. So let's look at our answer choices. So choice 1 we see is no good because we are not modifying glad. It doesn't matter that they were glad to be here. They need to be so glad to be here. They were more glad to be here, or something like that. Word ecstatic is the same problem. We have no modifier, no adverb to describe our adjective ecstatic. So we can't use that because the construction is so, and then we have adjective, and then we have that. So that's not going to be any good. Choices 3 and 4 have this so here, so that's going to satisfy our so that construction. Let's look at the differences. So we have grateful and glad, which are pretty much synonymous, so that's not going to pose a problem. But we see here that choice 3 has a comma, and choice 4 doesn't. So let's look and see if we need this comma. So we have the Vietnamese people, comma, we're so grateful to be here. That doesn't make any sense to have this comma because the Vietnamese people is our subject, and the we're glad, that's our verb. So we don't want to ever put a comma between a subject and a verb. It doesn't make sense to have a comma there. So this is going to be bad because there's no comma, because there is a comma rather. Choice 4 is good because there's no weird comma separating it, and it also satisfies our so that construction. So it modifies our adjective glad. Choice 4 is going to be the right answer.